Since ancient times, humans have always been curious about the origins and nature of life. While modern science has made significant advances in understanding biological processes, many mysteries remain unsolved. One of these mysteries is whether Earth could be a living entity itself. Contemplating the idea of life as a living organism raises important questions about the interplay and interaction of various elements within the planetary ecosystem. It challenges us to better understand how spatial, temporal, and biological components intertwine to create a complex, weak one. Viewing Earth as a conscious being is not just a scientific concept. It also serves as a subtle bridge connecting humans to their planet. In the natural world, Earth is not merely a random collection of physical and chemical elements. It is a truly living system with the ability to self-maintain and adapt. The presence and development of ecological food chains and natural processes are clear signs of organized activity. These phenomena imply that Earth may possess a form of consciousness. Life on Earth comprises various components, including oceans, the atmosphere, geology, and living organisms, all intricately interacting with each other in complex ways. These interactions give rise to phenomena that can be seen as expressions of consciousness. Life on Earth is not just a conglomerate of individual organisms. It is a complex, interdependent system that harmoniously interacts with itself. Earth provides the necessary conditions for life to exist and thrive while simultaneously contributing to the maintenance and transformation of the planet. Over billions of years of evolution, life has adapted to environmental changes, shaping the world in the process. Life has not only adapted to but also contributed to entering the environment. This concept posits that planets, including Earth, were conscious entities in themselves. A compelling basis for this idea comes from observations of how bacteria and plants interact in planetary conditions. For example, the way bacteria and plants work together can significantly change a planet, offering a new lease of life. This research also provides stepping stones for assessing the intelligence of planetary systems. It is astonishing to think that a planetary entity, such as a planet, may possess intelligence, while not necessarily as sentient as humans. A planet could have some form of ecological intelligence. This insight introduces novel approaches to dealing with climate change, technological evolution, and other urgent issues. Planetary intelligence, as described by astrobiologists, encompasses cognitive and knowledge-based activities on a planetary scale. This concept can be applied to everything from individuals to communities, even to the actions of viruses or fungi. For example, the network of fungal myelin beneath the Earth's surface is essential to its existence as it breath, when it forms a living system capable of detecting and adapting to climate changes. All Earth's conditions will be dramatically altered by these factors. According to scientists, the intelligence of a planet is determined by whether it can indefinitely support life. Physicist and the author of the article, Adam Frank, suggests in a statement that we still can't work together for the best interests of the planet. The research suggests that it's more important to consider the consequences of our actions on the Earth as a conscious being, rather than viewing it as an entity we can dominate. This perspective goes beyond the traditional concept of a scientific ecosystem. It suggests that once life emerges on a planet, that planet may have a life of its own. This raises a deeper question. If a planet has its own form of life, can it possess its own form of intelligence? The research contends that intelligent life could exist on Earth. It may not be as intelligent as we are, according to Adam Frank. We haven't yet collectively responded for the greater good of the planet. Earth seems to struggle with what is described as an immature technological stage. The scenario outlined here is one where technological activities have evolved and stabilized, but haven't been fully integrated with other systems. For instance, we can only ensure the productivity and survival of fuels on Earth if biological and technological processes harmonize with each other. Therefore, We need to find ways to reconcile technology with the natural environment without causing disruptions or negative consequences. This may involve developing new technologies like renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and efficient waste management. Additionally, we must change our perspective on technology, seeing it as a part of the global ecosystem we inhabit. The concept of planetary intelligence can lead to profound consequences. It suggests a shared knowledge repository across species and times, making it more captivating than its mere existence. In other words, if humans treat elements of nature as conscious beings, they may think more carefully about the consequences of their actions. This not only increases human awareness of their environment, but also fosters the development of new approaches to protect the planet. By recognizing ourselves as part of a larger system, we can reevaluate how we interact with our environment. This can help us develop a more sustainable relationship with the natural world and realize that we are not dominators of this planet, but integral components of a complex and essential system. Furthermore, it emphasizes that protecting the planet is not only a responsibility for the future generations, but also a necessity for the survival of all species within the planet's living ecosystem. In ancient times, human beings were always curious about the origins and nature of life. While modern science has made significant advances in understanding biological processes, some mysteries remain unsolved. One of these intriguing mysteries asks whether Earth itself could be a living entity. Imagine, for a moment, Earth as a conscious being, not merely an abstract idea, but a living, breathing organism. This perspective invites us to ponder Earth's existence as a sentient being, raising profound questions about the integrity is among its various components. Earth, in this context, transcends its status as a random collection of physical and chemical elements. It emerges as a genuinely living system with the capacity for self-sustenance and adaptation, the presence and evolution of ecosystems, food chains, and natural processes are clear signs of organized activity. One of the key elements of this perspective is the intricate interplay among environmental factors. Elements like air, water, and land interact in complex ways to maintain balance and support life. This intertwinedness extends beyond mere physical interactions. It encompasses the intricate web of life itself. Consider the oceans, teeming with life from the tiniest plankton to massive whales. The atmosphere above us carries not just gases but a symphony of life, from birds soaring in the sky to microorganisms riding air currents. Even the geological processes beneath the Earth's surface are intimately linked to the planet's ability to sustain life. The evidence supporting the hypothesis that Earth is a living organism is compelling. One of the most convincing pieces of evidence is Earth's self-regulation. The planet possesses the remarkable ability to regulate its temperature, climate, and various biological processes to maintain life. This self-regulation extends to the atmosphere, where Earth manages its climate through complex feedback mechanisms. The planet can adjust its temperature and weather patterns in response to external changes, such as variations in solar radiation. This ability to adapt and maintain balance suggests a form of consciousness. Earth's self-regulation also applies to biological processes. The planet's ecosystems evolve and adapt to changing conditions, demonstrating a level of coordination and purpose. This adaptability ensures the continuity of life on Earth and hints at a form of intentionality within the planet itself. Furthermore, Earth's geological activity plays a crucial role in maintaining a stable environment. The movement of tectonic plates, volcanic eruptions, and the recycling of minerals are all part of a grand, orchestrated plan. It's as if the Earth's geology serves life. While the concept of Earth as a living being may seem far-fetched, it challenges us to reconsider our relationship with the planet. It encourages us to view Earth not as a resource to be exploited, but as a partner in the intricate dance of life. This perspective urges us to approach environmental conservation and sustainability as acts of cooperation with a conscious entity. As we delve deeper into the idea of Earth as a living system, we may find that it not only reshapes our scientific understanding, but also transforms our worldview. It invites us to recognize that we are not isolated inhabitants of a lifeless rock, but integral parts of a complex, conscious organism. In the grand tapestry of the universe, Earth's consciousness, if it exists, is a unique phenomenon. It challenges us to expand our perspectives and explore the profound implications of this paradigm shift. By acknowledging Earth as a living being, we embark on a journey of greater ecological awareness, responsibility, and reverence for the planet that sustains us all. Now, as the world began to grapple with this extraordinary notion of Earth as a conscious being, scientists and thinkers delved deeper into the implications of this paradigm shift. The idea that Earth possessed a form of consciousness continued to gain momentum, challenging Newton's perception of its place in the universe. Scientists, like Dr. Elizabeth Turner, renowned biologist, embarked on ambitious research projects to investigate this new perspective. Her team set out to explore the intricate web of connections between Earth's various components. They ventured into the heart of lush rainforests, dove into the depths of oceans, and soared high above in the stratosphere to understand Earth's complex living systems. In the heart of the Amazon rainforest, Dr. Turner and her team witnessed the incredible interdependence of life forms. They marveled at how the trees, plants, and animals collaborated harmoniously to sustain their ecosystem. It was as though the entire rainforest pulsed with a unified consciousness, where each organism played its part in the grand symphony of life. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, another revelation awaited. Marine biologists, like Dr. Harvey M. Morales, discovered that the oceans weren't just vast bodies of water, but intricate networks of life. They observed the remarkable cooperation among marine species, from microscopic phytoplankton to majestic whales. The oceans seemed to function as a collective entity, adapting and evolving to maintain equilibrium. In the realm of atmospheric science, Dr. Mei Ling and her team explored Earth's relationship with the skies. They found that weather patterns, clouds, and atmospheric conditions weren't random occurrences but part of an intricate dialogue between the Earth's surface and the heavens. The atmosphere, it seemed, held clues to Earth's consciousness, with its ability to regulate temperature and weather systems. As these scientific investigations continued, the concept of Earth's consciousness gained traction not only in the academic community, but also in the public's imagination. Books, documentaries, and artistic expressions proliferated, spreading the idea of Earth as a living being. People started to view the planet with newfound respect and awe, recognizing that they were part of a greater whole. The environmental movement, once focused solely on preserving natural resources, evolved into a movement centered on cooperation with Earth consciousness. Conservation efforts were no longer seen as detached acts of preservation, but as contributions to the well-being of a living entity. A profound shift in environmental ethics emerged. Ethics were no longer rooted solely in human needs and desires. Instead, they extended to the broader ecosystem and the consciousness of Earth itself. Humanity recognized that their actions had consequences not only for themselves, but for the planet's delicate balance. As awareness grew, governments and international organizations began to prioritize Earth policies. Renewable energy sources, sustainable agriculture, and responsible resource management became paramount. The health of the planet was no longer measured solely in terms of human well-being, but in the well-being of Earth's consciousness. In this new era, humanity faced both challenges and opportunities. Technological advancements played a vital role in mitigating environmental damage. They also demanded a profound shift in thinking. People had to reconcile their role as stewards of Earth's consciousness, fostering a sense of responsibility toward the planet's well-being. This paradigm shift didn't imply that Earth was a sentient being in the human sense. Rather, it suggested that the planet possessed a form of awareness, a high-level coordination of its processes. Earth's consciousness was a complex web of interactions, where all living beings, including humans, played a role. As the world embraced this concept, a deeper connection between humans and the planet emerged. People began to appreciate the beauty of Earth's intricate systems and sought to detect and nurture them. They understood that their existence was intertwined with Earth's consciousness, and preserving the planet They were safeguarding their own future. In the end, the idea of the Earth as a conscious being prompted a profound transformation in humanity's relationship with the planet. It was a reminder that, in the grand tapestry of the universe, Earth was a unique phenomenon, deserving of reverence and care. As people looked back at the night sky, they no longer saw themselves as isolated beings in a lifeless rock, but as integral parts of a vast, interconnected, and conscious organism known as Earth.